Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Hey, Comfort, how you doing? So good to be here with you tonight. I'm excited about OnPassive.
I think I know I'm more excited, and your type, you are the one who makes me fired up each time I look at just your smile. I'm just like, wow, it makes me feel really good. So I'm so happy that you really honored this invitation. Thank you so much.
Man, we're in such a good place. I don't even think half of us know how good a place we are in. Man, if we just knew, man, we would all be smiling all the time. That's for sure.
I know, I know. I hope you really spill it out to just to get someone fired up and join the winning team. Why not? So
That's it.
thank
That's
you.
exactly right. There's not much time left to get joined on, man. At least to get onto that founder spot. You know, there's just a few spots left.
Right, sure, I know. So how is it? I tried to say where you come from, but if you could say it in your own words, Marlo, that would really be appreciated so that people know exactly where you come from and be sure that I said the right thing. Thank you.
You did. You did a wonderful job. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee now. I moved here in about 2013. And I was from Michigan before that, and I was born in Texas.
Okay. Oh, all right. So nice to meet you. So how is it there? How is the weather in Nashville? Is it like a cold, wintry, snowy place, or is it like how is it like out there?
No, normally it's pretty nice. You know, in January and February, sometimes we have a little bit colder weather, but not like Michigan or anything. We did get we were snowed in for a week, which is very not normal here in Nashville. You know, but we can get just a little bit of snow in Nashville and it shuts the city down. Whereas in Michigan, man, we could get 20 inches and we still wet, you know, but they just don't have snow plows and stuff here. But it's pretty nice now. It's probably 60 degrees here, 65 degrees, you know, so
Oh,
it's pretty
okay.
nice.
Okay, good. Yeah, I can tell because you're a happy person, maybe because you've got nice weathers and so on. Because with good weathers, you never go wrong anywhere, anytime. So,
That's right.
right.
Hey, I'll tell you what, anytime you're on the green side, it's a good day, man. If you're on the green side, it's a good day.
I know. Right. So, friends, once again, you are very welcome to this platform. So, we are here, Milo and myself, because we want to make some updates. We want to answer questions. We want to make clarification about this unique, never before or never seen before opportunity that is our way. This great company called OnPassive. OnPassive is a high-tech disruptive IT company led by or driven by artificial intelligence, which was founded all the way in 2018. And the CEO is called Mr. Ash Mufare. So OnPassive is a real company with real products, with real people like Milo and myself, like some of you watching us now, and with real products created, self-made products created from scratch, a good number of them, and so on. And we are here because Mr. Ash Mufare, who is the CEO of this company, is offering us an opportunity to become founding members of this prestigious, never seen before, du jamais vu company. And so why not share the vision and get as many people on board as we can, such that we make it happen to us together. We have an opportunity to build wealth and leave a legacy for our families. Why not? So thank you once again, Milo, for visiting us, for accepting to be here. If you could, Milo, tell us a bit about yourself, and we'll really appreciate that. Thank you.
I can do that. I was, like I said, I was born in Texas. And my dad was a minister, and so he moved us all the way to northern Michigan when I was 5 years old. And so I grew up in the UP, which is way up north, called Upers up there. And so I grew up there. When I got married, I moved down by Chicago in lower Michigan, St. Joe, Michigan. And I lived there till my wife passed away in 2012. And I moved to Nashville. And Nashville is the home of country music or music. It's a music capital. And I feel right at home. And I just meet incredible people all the time. And now with OnPassive, you know, because of the COVID and stuff, it's been a double blessing for me because I'm very social and I like to get out. And when I couldn't do that, I was like, oh. And then when OnPassive, you know, was here, and I got very involved in OnPassive, and I met the OnPassive family. And I'll tell you what, there's incredible people in OnPassive, you know. And we have the Julie and Milo show, of course,
I
and
know.
we get to meet founders all the time, and we're like the most blessed people because we get to talk to them from all over the world, like yourself and others, and it's just incredible to be part of this organization. And like I said at the beginning, man, I don't think a lot of people realize what they have in their hands, you know, and I got a saying that says, hey, founders, it's time to quit treating your multi-million-dollar business like a $97 expenditure. Because even though maybe you paid $97, it's worth so much more because everybody that's in it's going to win. And that's the coolest thing ever, you know, and I'm so happy to be a part of that and to be able to give back to people and help people, especially nowadays, you know, with everything in the world the way it is, and it seems like everything has went wrong for people, you know, and humanity and people's not, you know, sometimes are not nice to each other, and it's crazy to be like that. And it's glad to be with a group of people that have changed that whole philosophy. And you know, I always say, you know, ONPASSIVE is changing the world one person at a time.
Milo, please do not spill the beans yet. You're not done with yourself. Keep ONPASSIVE. I know you're fired up. I think you are just a kind of person like me, because when I start talking ONPASSIVE, I just want to, you know, like go on and on and on and on. But wait, you're not done yet with your own self. So tell me, you said your father was a minister. Is it minister as in public, in politics, or as in minister of God?
Minister of God. He was a Pentecostal. He was a Pentecostal preacher. So I grew up. I like to say I was drugged. I was drugged from this church to that church to another church. We was in church all the time, you know.
I know. Oh, that sounds good. One thing which is, please, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are welcome. This is Milo here, and we are talking about ONPASSIVE. Please just look for Milo on YouTube, on Facebook, everywhere. They are putting up a wonderful show with a sweet friend of his. With a voice, she's got a very sweet voice. Say, oh, I pray to you, my friend Milo. She's so sweet. So look out. Please check out for the Julie and Milo show. You are just going to love the two. They are just like wonderful. So I'm going to pin the link to their YouTube channel and everything here about Milo. You will just love Milo. So this is really good. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Milo. So we see the reason why you are such a happy person. There is good weather, there is country music, you can socialize and so on. And see the reason why you're always smiling. And then ONPASSIVE makes it even like, wow. So you can get it. So thank you so much. So that said, we want to move to the real thing so that you just let it go. So how did you come to know about ONPASSIVE? Why did you join? And why is ONPASSIVE giving you sleepless nights, Milo?
Well, I tell you, I joined back in September 1st of 2018. And I've been in every MLM network marketing, and I did all right with them. You know, I started with Amway when I was 16 years old, and I've been in, like I said, all of them. But there was always that thing where you always had to pay a monthly fee. And even though I could do things, I could recruit, I could sell, everybody can't do that because everybody is not real outgoing. You know, they might not want to do it, you know, or they can't do it, you know, and you can't help them to do that part. And so that was always a thing with me, that I couldn't get other people maybe to be successful in it like I did. And it kind of made you feel bad, you know, in a way. Sometimes it was they just didn't do it, and sometimes maybe they couldn't do it. So when Candace told me about this, and she said, this platform, no, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to do nothing. And I said, well, how much you got to pay for this? And she said, well, no, she said, you only pay one time and you don't pay. I said, wait a minute. I said, Candace, you're living in a dreamland. I said, that doesn't happen. I said, no one's going to do that. Who in the world would pay you to do something, or pay you to do something that you didn't do? I said, why would they do that? It doesn't make sense to me. And she said, well, that's what he said, you know, and she was signed up by Ken Russo, you know, and so I said, it just doesn't sound right to me. And so I said, no, I'm not interested. And I headed home, and I was 15 minutes away from home, and I'll never forget that drive home. There was that voice in my head or on my shoulder or whatever that says, what if it is real? What if you're giving up this opportunity? You're kind of crazy for not even looking at it, right? And then it's like, you pay more than that almost to take your friends to McDonald's, and I'm thinking, man, and before I got home, I'd already decided I'm going to sign up. So I called her back. I said, hey, what's that link? She told me, and I signed up, and it didn't, I listened to Course of Ashes, couple videos that got me fired up, and I got my children in and some friends and stuff, but didn't really go real hard after it till I met Ash. I met Ash in November of 2019, and it was like game over because, his heart, his passion, it's all there. His energy is just amazing. It's amazing when you meet him. He's one of the most dynamic guys I've ever met in my life. And I met a lot of big name people, but I'm telling you, this guy is the real deal, and so I just got fired up. And of course, we like to say, we like to talk about the orange and how many oranges can an orange create. And, the truth of it is, it's not, you don't know how many, because an orange has seeds. Someone said, well, what about seedless orange? Well, we're not talking about seedless orange. We're talking about oranges with seeds,
Seeds,
but
yeah.
That's right. You take the seed out and you plant it, and pretty soon you get another tree, and then pretty soon you got orange groves, And that's what happened with Julie, basically. I got Julie in. Well, now Julie's got her own orange grove going, and so it's just such a fun thing to watch people grow into it, and as it expands, and it's really an amazing thing.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So from every indication, the moment you finally took the decision and joined in, you have never regretted, you've never looked back. And the moment you saw Ash, you are like, it's game over. Is there one particular thing about Ash that you just want to point out that you'd like people to know about him that really touches
About
you?
Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Ash is, I think anytime you meet someone and you can feel their heart and you can feel their energy, it's a different ball game. It's like when he walked through the door and his smile was as big as Texas, and he walked over, and not even knowing me other than a few texts back and forth, he throws his arms around me and says, brother, he says, I'm so glad to meet you. And I'm like, who does this in a public place? Who does this? But it was my kind of guy. It was like we were buddies right there, and from that point on, man, he sat there and he drew things out on the napkin, and even to this day, I don't know what all he drew, but I just know I believed in the guy. He just made me a believer in him, that, hey, here's a guy that wants to help human mankind, and there's not a lot. I can't say there's not a lot of them out there. There's a lot of good people out there, but I'm just saying he's a little bit different than all the rest,
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I think I've met him to severally at least once a week, and I know exactly what you're talking about. So it's just good sharing with other people, let them know what we've got. How many people do meet their CEO every day? He sits here and talks to 580,000 of us. It's something good to talk about. I think so. So
Right.
Earlier on, you said when you heard about ONPASSIVE, because before then you were involved in MLMs and network marketing and so on. Is it like are you trying to make it look like ONPASSIVE is not an element company? Is there a difference between what ONPASSIVE is doing and what the network marketers are doing out there?
Absolutely. Everyone needs to understand that it is not an MLM. It is not a network marketing. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's this, it's that. No, it's not. It's something you've never seen before. It is a licensed and registered company that, it actually pays you commissions, and it has a gold standard. There's no other companies around that hardly have a gold standard, that's been gone through by the FCC and, all these different government agencies and stuff, regulators and all that. So it is definitely different. It's nothing like you've seen before. It's being built. So anyone that says they've seen it before or they know what it is, they don't. They don't. There's no way they can, because even none of us as founders know exactly what it is. We see different pieces of it. I've seen parts of it. When you become a founder, you can get in, and you can see things and stuff, but no one knows what it is until it's launched.
Right. Okay. So you are trying to, like, because you're making this difference and so on, and the truth about ONPASSIVE and what people have heard is like make it look like it's a never seen before and so on. Could you maybe just name 1, 2, or 3 few ONPASSIVE products? Let's hear and then go from there. Yeah, just let us know any few that come to your mind. Just tell us what.
Sure. So, some of the things there's so many things to talk about. I mean, I could talk for 10 hours and still not hit them all, and depending on what business you're going into, there's so many things that are so good. I mean, you look at OMail, and OMail is an incredible mail system that can send out multiple emails, right from your email system. That's an incredible thing. You look at OCreate. OCreate is a tool that you're going to be able to build a website with. You're going to be able to, a lot of them flow together. OCapture, OConnect. When you take your phone and you take a picture and you can write words on it, like Canvas or whatever, and you can make all these cool memes up, and you can actually put it with the OConnect. How great is it that you can instead of having to upload a video to YouTube like we do now, or to Facebook or something, all of a sudden when you take it, it's there. So it's almost like a live, but you can have 24 hours a day. So I look in the music industry and I say, this is a godsend for them, because now a musician, or even if you go to a church could advertise their service, and they could have 24 hours, whether they want to have Bible study, they want to do all these different programmings they could do for everyone in their church, or whatever they're wanting to do. They can run a whole thing and it not cost them anything. That's like unbelievable. I mean, what you would pay to run that, years ago, I've got a friend who said years ago, he was on the thing when CNN come out, and they said, hey, we're going to reach, I think it was 7 million people, by having this TV channel. And everyone thought this was a huge deal. Well, now you can take your phone that you hold in your hand right now, and you can reach a lot more than that. You can reach billions of people, if you have the targeted traffic. That is the key. And that is where ONPASSIVE just, it breaks all the rules with everyone, because when you can target traffic, you can have AI, you can send the people who want to see that country music program, or wants to see that church program, or wants to see this business opportunity or that business opportunity, or go to whatever store you have. Say you're a deer hunter and you got deer hunting stuff there. It's going to find deer hunters to go there. It's not going to find women that's looking for high heel shoes and send them there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's key to it, along with when you throw in VPNs, which is a virtual private network, and it's so secure, you no longer have to have, all these, worried about all these viruses and stuff like this. It's incredible. There's just so many things that it can do. And then you throw in the business opportunities of staff, and you got all your autoresponders. I don't know. I don't even know where to start or stop with it, because there's so much.
Wow. That is really, really interesting and very, very exciting at the same time. So you talked about like musicians having a place out there and so on and so forth. What about the influencers on the social media, like the YouTubers, like all of these people? Do they have a place in ONPASSIVE? How can ONPASSIVE help them grow their business and sell their talents?
Absolutely. I mean, and it'll do it for all of them. In other words, if it's a musician, it finds fans, and it makes your fans, it grows your fans. Now, if you're an influencer, that's what you've already did, but it can grow more fans. Now you explode. So that influencer is going to even grow so much faster and make so much more money than they would on YouTube, because now they've got a lot bigger target market. You know what I'm saying? So it will actually build it for you automatically. You don't have to do anything. It does it automatically for you, because they make up a new sales funnel every day. You get one brand new sales funnel a day that's built up through AI. AI is an incredible thing.
Wow. So do you want to make us understand that, like, with the help of the AI now, we get the YouTubers get traffic driven to their platform. We don't need to worry much about the share and so on, because AI does, because YouTubers would say, kindly share my video, do this and so on in order to get views. So do people need get to bother much about that again with the AI, or is that some that they don't?
Well, of course, the more you do that, you help yourself, you're going to help yourself. But you don't have to. This is the beauty of it. You don't have to do that. So the influencers, they know how to do that. And that's how they keep pumping theirs up and building it and building it and building it. And now what happens is you got them doing that. Plus you have this AI, which is artificial intelligence, that's pumping people in. So if you're talking about whatever you're talking about, it's actually driving that targeted traffic to you. So whatever you're selling or whatever you're doing, you know, they're finding people that like that and sending it to your sales funnel. Once they drop into your sales funnel, remember, there's a two-part to that also. You're branding yourself as your company or whatever you're promoting, but not only that, remember, everyone coming in gets a 7-day free subscription to ONPASSIVE. And if they sign up for ONPASSIVE, because you know they're going to love ONPASSIVE, when they sign up for ONPASSIVE, guess who gets the commission for it? You do. And it's like being a life insurance salesman and selling a policy and getting the residual income every month for years. And you know you only sold it once. But with this, you don't even sell it once. Sometimes the company sells it for you, right. But they sell it through your website. So you get credit for the sale. Now you get commission, and you get commission every month. So every month on whatever day you sell that subscription, you're going to get paid, you know, and it's like clockwork. And why are you going to get paid? Because no one will ever cancel out, because why would you cancel out if you got, you know, you're getting money every month, because it pays for itself. You know, you don't have to pay for it. The payment comes right out of your profit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. It makes sense. And it's so exciting. It's just like, wow. So please, as you are listening, if you have a question, just drop it on the comment box. Or if you feel like calling somewhere at the end of the show, then you stay tuned. We can provide you with a phone number to call. If you have a question for Milo or a contribution, you are going to be really welcome. So that said, Milo, you have just talked about a few products out of the many that we have. So there is a worry from people who have visited our website on ONPASSIVE.com. They said they have found out that you have all of these products displayed there, but then they are void of content. So where is the content? What has happened to the content? You have the products there, you have the names and so on, but there's no content in it. What's that about?
Well, the content, some of it hasn't been released yet because it hasn't been, you know, released to the public. There is things out there, features and stuff like that is on the site. You know, you can look at it, you can see some of the things, but you're not able to actually use it and do stuff like that. And you won't be able to until the public launch. Now, if you want to wait, if you need all of the details, that's for public launch. When public launch happens, you can jump in then and you can be there, but you're going to miss out on the founders. I wouldn't miss out on the founders myself, just because, you know, kind of knowing what's there.
Yeah, sure. So far we have already the privilege of seeing it now is this mega product launch. Yeah, and we have the opportunity to like see. Am I right, Milo?
Absolutely. You know, and as a founder, we get to see them first, and we get to actually use them. We get to use the beta testing, and we get to try to break it or use it and make sure everything's working on it before it goes to that public launch. And once it goes to the public launch, it should be selling good by then. And it's going to be, you know, all those products are intertwined, so they're working together. It's a beautiful thing, really.
Right. So I severally myself, I talk a lot about, me too, you know, I don't sleep. I talk about ONPASSIVE all the time. And I've been telling people about registration fee and what next and so on and so forth. Maybe you would like to say it in your own words. Let people hear from you too. How much does it take to secure yourself a position as a founding member, and what comes after that when you are registered?
Okay, as a founding member, you pay $97, and then you pay a $5 credit fee charge, so it's $102. Now, all that does is that gets you in the door, that allows you to start doing your team. It doesn't give you the key to the engine. It doesn't, you know, you don't have control over anything, nothing like that. You're just a founder, and it allows you to get that head start on everyone else. When it publicly launches, the day that it publicly launches, then you get to activate your wallet at any time. You know, I think that's kind of undetermined if it's going to be, you know, a month or 2 months or whatever, but you'll have a little bit of time, a couple weeks or something, to activate your wallet. Now, when you activate your wallet, it's going to be between $100 and $250 at that time. That's a one-time fee, and that is your actual subscription for that first month. After that, the wallet funds itself, remember. And chances are, if you've been in for a while, you've probably got enough money in there that once you activate your wallet, you just take your money out that's extra in there, and you can pay yourself back, you know. So it's going to be a pretty good deal. It's going to be a real good deal.
Sounds really good. Did you just say that the moment you get yourself registered, you start doing your team? Did you say something like that, like open the door to start doing your team? Or
yes,
yeah,
yes.
But then before now, you made us to understand that this is not a multi-level marketing, it's not a network marketing, and now you talk about people when they join in, they start building teams.
Right. Well, you can bring people on. Remember, you're allowed to bring people onto your team, and they can subscribe for subscription. Once you sell it, you're actually just getting a commission off of it. It's no different than working for I used to be a salesman for a lumber company. And I would go out and it was kind of like that. You know, I would make a sale to a builder, but then anytime that builder went in and he bought anything, I got credit for it. I didn't have to make that sale over and over and over. Once I made the sale once, I got paid for everything that guy bought. That's the way it is kind of with this. When you do the subscription, you're going to get that every month afterwards.
And what if I'm okay? So what if I'm not able to talk to someone to get subscribed under me or things like that? What do I do?
Well, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. Whether you get anyone in or you don't, you're still going to make money. I mean, if you are in, you're going to win. And the reason for that is even if you come in, you get nobody in. Well, guess what? The company's going to start bringing people to you and putting them in your sales funnel. Some of them's going to buy, and when they buy, that they become part of yours. So you get paid every month for them. Now, it might start slow, you know, but say if they bring in 3 the first month, you got 1 plus, and you multiply it by 3, you got 3. Now you got 4 that's on your team. Now, the next month, if they bring in 3, it's going to be 3 for each of those 4. So now you've got 12 plus 4, so it's 16. You see how that grows, and it grows very quickly, you know, and it's kind of like, I like to use the analogy of, you probably heard of, if I was going to give you got a choice between $1 million or getting 1 penny putting in a jar every day, but every day I doubled it. Which would you take? You know? And a lot of people will say, well, I'll take the $1 million. Well, you know what? For a month, if you do the penny in the jar and you double it every day, it comes out to like $10,387 or something, you know? So that's kind of the way this is. When you start building with 1, then you got 3 or 4, then you got 16. The next month you got 16 times 3. That's 30, 48 plus, you know, 16. You know what I'm saying? It just goes. It goes very quickly, and and you get a big team quick.
All right. Okay. So you said the registration fee is $97. So the next question comes up, like, what is this $97 being used for? Is that what they use in creating the products, or is it that this $97 is a way of buying shares, or what is it used for?
Absolutely. There is no shares, number one. I mean, you don't own any part of the company. You just get commissions. So you're getting paid commissions from what's being sold. So we'll put that right there. Now, what is the 97? Does it go? It would not pay to create the product. The products cost a lot more than that to create, and all that money has been put aside. And that money is put aside, and it's waiting there for advertising fees. So what's going to happen is when it publicly launches, actually before it publicly launches, when it's soft launch, That's going to be the money that's going to be paid for advertising fees. And you know, they'll do AI plus they'll run the advertising. And I'm sure you've heard the thing where they wanted to see how long it would take them to get 1 million opt-ins, and it took them 4 days is all it took them, 4 days to get 1 million opt-ins. And so that money is going to be used for that way, for the traffic and stuff like that, and for bringing people in to the founders that are in.
Wow. That is really, really, really interesting. So guys, you're all welcome. Whoever is watching now, do not take a question back home, because this is an opportunity that no one would see and watch it go away without you getting yourself a place. The window to the opportunity is fast shutting out, and you can't afford to be left behind. So as you can see, I am here with Milo, and he's here to do as many clarifications as needed, and so answer every question. So do not take any question back home, so that you'll be able to make a wise and informed decision. So Milo, this takes us to another question. So people would like to know why the fraction or faction, I don't know if you were to do this, the ONPASSIVE, why the word passive in the word ONPASSIVE? Why passive?
I didn't follow that question.
So
what's the difference between passive and not passive?
Yeah.
Okay, active. Okay, so if you're active, means that you're out there, you're trying to get people to, you know, you're telling people about it. I like to say, I don't try to sell anyone on it or whatever. Basically, what I do is I want to give them that opportunity. Whether they take it or not, that's on them. That's not on me. Right. All I can do is offer it to them, and I can let them know that, hey, if you don't want to do it, it's nothing off of me. You're missing out, not me. It's, you know, yeah, it's going to help me a little bit, but it's really helping you more than helping me. And you have to realize that's what we're doing. We're presenting an opportunity to them, you know. And the other thing that a lot of people don't understand is you can come in with multiple positions, you know. When you first come in, you might get one position, but as the light goes on and the light goes on, all of a sudden you realize, man, I could get one for this business or this business, and you might want to do 4 or 5 different things. And remember, you can do all of them, because they will build all of those businesses for you with you not having to do anything. And even if you just buy the position, you know, for sure you want to, you know, get your kids in, your grandkids in and stuff like that. At least that's the way I am. Now, some people say, well, I don't need it because one position, and it is true, one position will make you more money than, or more apples, blank that out, more apples than you actually need, right? But if you can have extra apples and you can give it away to more people, isn't that better? For me, I love giving, and so it would be better for me.
Wow. Yeah, so from every indication, from all you have explained, it apparently founding members are not yet making any money, or are they not making any money yet? Not yet.
Nobody's made a penny. You know, no one's made a penny. We all know it's out there, and you know, we can see the writing on the wall. We know it's a done deal. We know it's there, and most of us are looking. We talk to founders every day, and it's really it's fun to talk to them, because their mind and their heart is, you know, thinking about, what are we going to do with the extra apples? You know, we know we're going to have plenty of apples for whatever we want to do. You know, it's there. Time, freedom is there. You know, we're going to be blessed, but how are we going to be able to bless others and help others out?
Right. Okay. So, how often, this is a question actually from people who have been following us around. Somebody asked, like, how often will dividends be paid to founding members when ONPASSIVE launches?
Well, it's not actually dividends, it's commissions or whatever, but they're paid the day that whoever pays them. So in other words, if a person comes in and they pay their subscription this day, well, every day on that month at that time, you're going to get paid that same amount. But it's only going to grow. That's the beauty of it. You will always have more apples the next month than you had the previous month, because more people will come in, and no one will ever quit, because why would you quit if it's just giving you apples, right?
Right. Wow, this is a very, very exciting opportunity. I just hope that this speaks to someone who will take a wise decision. So there's a question here. I will read it exactly as the person sends it. He says, I want to ask if there is a specific business one can engage in order to fully enjoy the benefits of ONPASSIVE company, or will the company provide suggested businesses to customers?
Both. So the way I look at it is it will help any business that there is. And if you give me a specific business, I can tell you how that will help, but it will help any business that there is, but it will also suggest to you, I believe they're going to have like a marketplace. So you can go on there, you could build your own store, just drag whatever products you want to own that you're familiar with.
You have just given me an open check. I have one or two businesses I would like you to explain how they can, because maybe this person would benefit from that. How can ONPASSIVE help, for example, real estates or insurance companies?
Okay, a beautiful question. Real estate companies, I don't believe there'll be a real estate person that is not on ONPASSIVE within 6 months that's going to be competitive. And here's the reason, because remember with AI, it finds things before anyone else. So before it ever hits multi-level listing marketing, anything like that happens, you know about it. So if someone's selling their house and they happen to say something to someone on Facebook and it gets put into the system, hey, guess what, this person's selling. Now, remember with real estate, you could also target market. So you could say, I want things in this zip code, and this zip code, and you could do that. Now, the other way that it will help a real estate person is how about having your homes all marketed 24 hours a day with you with an open house. You could do that. You could have the open house. They get to know your personality through the video, so they're going to want to buy the home from you. People like to buy from people that they trust, they like, and they trust. So if you're out there and you've got your face in front of them and you're on TV, basically, and you're selling and you're in their marketplace that they want to buy from or they want to sell from, who are they going to call? They're going to call you. So it puts you ahead of everyone else that doesn't have it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. It makes sense and it's very exciting. So another quick one, Milo. Can ONPASSIVE, with the use of artificial intelligence, drive traffic to platforms of people who have businesses online?
Absolutely. Definitely. So anyone that's got a business online, it's gonna target the traffic, it's gonna send it there. Same you had asked about insurance people before, it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna find people that want insurance, and again, you can target certain zip codes, you can, nail geo-targeting, so you can do that. So it just puts you ahead of everyone else. There's no advertising out there like that. So in other words, if you advertise on TV, you do kind of get that market area. Say if you're advertising on a local TV, you're getting that market area. But now you don't have to pay for that because that's all part of ONPASSIVE. They actually target that person exactly who they are. And you can do that by targeting. I'm sure they'll have it where you can target ages, you can you could target male, female, whatever your product is that that needs to be there and needs to see that product, that's who they're going to send there.
Right. So now, if before ONPASSIVE launches, I already have because one of the products is all domain. You can host your domain name and things like that. Or one of the things you said, they're going to create websites for everybody. So if I already have a domain name somewhere or I've got a website, do I need to close that down and bring it over and create a new one on ONPASSIVE, or I just move the whole information I had over, or how does it work?
Now, to say I can answer it positive, I don't know, but I would think that you can move it over, and that's what I believe I've been told is you just move it over and it transfers over. So you're still going to have control of everything that you had before. So if that's your question, yes, you're still going to have control of it. So you could move it over.
Okay. All right. Perfect. That sounds good. And let me see if there are a few questions from the chat section. before we go ahead. Meanwhile, uh, uh, thank you all for joining in. If you have a question, you can either post it on the comment section or you can call if you would like to call. The number is +44 746 0266 516. If you have any question, please do not take it home because Milo is here to answer every question and to make as much clarifications as he can, just to help you make an informed decision. This is not an opportunity that you can afford to miss. So lines are open. Ask a question, type a question on the chat box. Let me pick it up and give to Milo. And so that said, while we're waiting either for a call or for a few questions before we finally close down Milo, we have these challenges that as much as we spend time to talk to people about ONPASSIVE, we have two types of people that like we find it really difficult. One, there are people who have heard about ONPASSIVE, but they still think that all that we are saying is too good to be true because the network marketing agenda, there's a hidden network marketing agenda. And then on the other hand, there are other people who have joined, but they are like tight-fisted. They don't want to share the vision because even though they are not sure what we're saying that we have to offer. So what do you have to say for these people?
Well, it's tough. It's tough to say. Everyone has to believe in something, and if you don't believe in it, I don't know what to tell you. It's true. It's happening. You can watch it happen. And I say to those people, hey, watch it happen, but make sure you get home before that train runs over you or whatever, because technology is here and it's moving. And so it's a lot closer. It was 2.5 years ago when we first come in. We didn't have a name. We didn't have anything. Now we can show you products. We can show you 580,000 people, it's real. It's real. And I've had people say, well, you look at the Better Business, report, and you look at it and it's like, are you kidding me? There's like 3 things on here and there's 580,000 people. And it's 3 people that wanted refunds that it ends up they got them, but people say, well, it's on the, well, hey, I can't help that. There's some things that, happen or whatever, but people don't, agree with some things or whatever. And I'll tell you, the big thing is patience. You have to have patience with it because it's not something that happens overnight, and they say Rome was never built in a day and anything good was never built in a day. And this thing has been built at unbelievable speed for what it is, and so you just have to believe in something. You have to get in, Right. Does that answer that question? What was the second part? I think I answered the first one.
Yes, you answered the first one perfectly well. The second one was some people have already joined in, but they're not confident to share the vision because what if I tell it to someone and tomorrow it happens that it doesn't work? I'm going to be blamed for that, so I better keep it to myself.
Well, yeah, and there's going to be people like that. The good thing on it is they're not losing out. The key is that they got in. If you get in, you're going to win, They will, sooner or later, when they see it happening, when they see money in their check, or when they see them apples coming in, they'll start sharing it, big time. You just wish that they could see the vision earlier, but unfortunately, some people just, they don't have it. They can't see the vision, and they're going to wait till it happens, and at least they're in. That's the good thing.
Well, yeah, okay. Right. So, dear friends of ONPASSIVE, prospects, dear fellow go-founders, if you are here watching us and you're already a go-founder, we are really happy that you joined in, and I hope that the absence of any question means that Milo has delivered, because anyway, it's the nature of ONPASSIVE to over-deliver, right, Milo? Am I right?
That's right. That's right. Always over-deliver.
Right. We always over-deliver. So if Milo has over-delivered, and yeah, Milo, you see here, is not any kind of person. Milo is a star. So he's got a show of his own, the Julie and Milo show. You can see that behind him. I'm going to pin the link here, and then to the YouTube show and so on. Tell us a bit more about your show. Why not? Why am I doing that on your behalf, Milo? Come on, tell us a bit about the Julie and Milo show.
The Julie and Milo show started we actually started just as something to help our teammates out. And then we realized there's a bigger picture here.
Yeah.
What about everyone, letting everyone use it? We took all links off and everything. Hey, let everybody use it, because this is all about team. This is all about all of us, and we love it, man. We get to meet incredible founders every day. That's what we've been doing. Now our new series, we're starting to do a new series, and it's called The Presenters. And so it's going to be all these guys that do tremendous presentations, and we want to get those on the show so that people can share those, and so, everyone doesn't like the same presentation or whatever. People got different, they like this one or that one, and everyone's a little different, and it's fun to have all those options, because it'd be terrible if we all like the same thing, So we're going into that, and that's a fun thing. We do a Saturday chat every Saturday from 2 to 5. We do a chat, which is just a fun chat. That's a good thing. And then we have another little thing that we do every morning. My brother writes a poem, and we call it Daily Inspiration. And so he'll usually talk about what happened the day before, and he'll talk about the day before, what happened, and he does it in a poem, and I read it to music and stuff. So we just have fun with it, man. We're having a blast. I tell you what, we are having a ball, and it's fun.
That's so sweet. So who are your guests? Who do you expect to be part of your show, or even the Julie and Milo show? No, it's not a question. Anybody can watch. So do you have particular people you expect to be part of the other show? What is it again?
People that we expect that's going to come on our show? Yeah,
can anybody come to that show?
Anybody, anybody can come to the show. We like to find people that do postings, or that are excited about ONPASSIVE, or they want to tell their story. And even if they're shy, we've had people come on our show that was shy at first, and man, all of a sudden they're out there telling the world, and that's what it's all about. It's about getting excited about it and realizing that everybody has a story, and everybody should tell their story. So if you want to be on the Julie and Milo show, man, just send us a thing, to julianmilo.com or whatever, julianmilo@julianmilo.com. We'll get to both of us. You can send us a note there, say, hey, I'd like to be on the show, and we'll see if we can work you in. We do have some guests coming. You might recognize one. He's told us he would come for several shows. His name is Ash Mafal. You know that guy?
I think I know him. Personally, I know him. I don't know about others.
Wait till he comes on the show. He's told us, he says it might take a few, because I don't think he can get done in 30 minutes, so we might have to break it up into 3 or 4 shows. But we're so excited that he's going to be joining us here soon.
Wow, that's going to be really interesting. So I am going to get all the information correctly and pin it here on my Facebook wall and on my YouTube channel, so that people can get to know more about the Julie and Milo show and many other things that you are doing to keep life going and in a very smooth manner.
And we got this other lady that's coming up, and she's coming up in a few days, I think. Comfort's her name. Do you?
Which of the Comforts? I know.
Don't get no better than that, does it?
I think I know Comfort. I can't wait to see Comfort on the Julie and Milo show.
Yeah, dude, is there a date set? I don't even know. Julie takes care of all the scheduling, but I know she's been working with you, right? Do we have a date set yet?
Sure. Yeah, I've been having a chat with her since yesterday, and we're working on that. I don't know why you're already spilling it out now, but yeah, sure. I'm excited though.
We're excited to have you on there. We're excited, man. We just, like I said, we love having people on our show.
Right.
It's so much fun.
You two are just so amazing. So Milo, before we finally go, do you have a last word to our viewers and people who will watch us afterwards? Because this video is going to go viral, everybody will watch and so on. Last word before we finally close our show for tonight.
Sure enough, I say, man, get in and win. everyone who gets in is going to win.
Right.
So you don't want to miss out. That's for sure.
Right.
Not much time left. And thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Me too, Milo. Thank you so much. I was so excited. I was like, yeah, Milo's coming. So finally he came and he made it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. You're such a happy person and so inspirational in everything that you do. And you and Julie are doing just wonderful. You are a wonderful pair. I don't know, the other Julie, Julie was telling me how you got to know yourself. I was just saying, oh my God. So
Yeah.
keep on keeping on. And it's really interesting what you are doing and very helpful. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to come.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So dear friends, thank you for tuning in. And you can share this video with friends and families and loved ones. Whoever watches and is interested in joining, then just get them join or get an invitation from your back office and let them join. If you're struggling with that, if somebody watches this video and they're interested and you're struggling to get them joined, just contact us, contact me. Or if you still want to talk to Milo after this, just let me know. Definitely, I'll connect you, and surely Milo would like to help you anyhow you would like him to do so. And so, because we are just here to help to get as many people on board as we can. So thank you. Also check out on my YouTube channel, subscribe for regular updates. So thank you, and thank you, Milo. See you really, really soon. Thanks.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night from Nashville.
Thank you. Good night from Birmingham, UK.
Good night. Bye.
Thanks, bye.